There are certain obsessions when it comes to Hollywood that fans can't deny. We're always looking for the next big scoop or insight into the various lives of the various celebs we follow, and we often want to support them however we can. But another aspect of that is going and finding out the relationship status of various stars to see what they're up to and with whom. And right now, one of the biggest revivals in terms of relationships is that of Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez. It came back out of nowhere, and people can't stop talking about it. So allow us to show you how Ben Affleck finally reveals why he's back with Jennifer Lopez. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. 5. The Relationship Part 1. Given how this kind of shocked people, it's only fair that we start back at the beginning, the true beginning, that is. For that, we go back about 20 years. The then rising Hollywood actors first met on the set of Jiggly, a rom-com that released in 2003. The movie ultimately flopped, but sparks flew between the leading co-stars. At the time, J.Lo was still married to her second husband, dancer Chris Judd. She and Affleck went public with their relationship soon after her divorce from Judd. In 2016, the actress reflected on the beginning of their relationship in an interview with People. "We didn't try to have a public relationship," she said. "We just happened to be together at the birth of the tabloids, and it was like, oh my God." It was just a lot of pressure. She also revealed her first impression of Affleck. "It felt like, okay, this is it," she said. "But sometimes I feel like what you think people are and how you see them when you love them is different than when they reveal later." Okay, J.Lo. In 2002, the now iconic music video for Jenny from the Block featured a steamy moment from Bennifer with J.Lo in a hot pink bikini and Affleck in a white tank. A lovebirds sunbathe on a boat while the Good Will Hunting actor lovingly displays some PDA with J.Lo's bottom. The video also had a tongue-in-cheek reference to the tabloids' obsession with their relationship, including a surveillance camera footage and pop photos of the two, which, as J.Lo herself would admit, was a key part of their breakup, as the constant pressure from the media affected them greatly. But not before arguably some of their best times together. 4. The Relationship Part 2. In 2002, the relationship got even more serious as Ben proposed to her via a 6.1 carat pink diamond from Harry Winston. The rock reportedly cost Affleck $2.5 million. Following that, the two were in the headlines even more and even starred in another movie together via Jersey Girl, but things didn't last as long as you'd think. Days before the two were set to officially tie the knot, they released a joint statement announcing the ceremony's postponement. "Due to the excessive media attention surrounding our wedding, we have decided to postpone the date. When we found ourselves seriously contemplating hiring 3 separate decoy brides at 3 different locations, we realized that something was awry. We began to feel that the spirit of what should have been the happiest day of our lives could be compromised. We felt what should have been a joyful and sacred day could be spoiled for us, our families, and our friends." That just about says it all, doesn't it? We've all heard about how tabloids and the paparazzi are annoying, but when they are so involved in things that they literally get a celebrity wedding postponed, yeah, that's pretty sad. And offensive, to be honest. 3. Separation and moving on. On January 22nd, 2004, the two ended their engagement. J.Lo confirmed the sad news through her spokesperson. "I am confirming the report that Jennifer has ended her engagement to Ben Affleck," the statement said at the time, per MTV. "At this difficult time, we ask that you respect her privacy." In June of 2004, the Let's Get Loud singer married singer-songwriter and longtime friend Mark Anthony. The two welcomed twins, daughter Em Muniz and son Max Muniz, in 2008. They separated in 2014. In her 2014 book, True Love, J.Lo reflected on the turbulent period between announcing her split from Affleck and marrying Anthony. "Ben and I split up at the moment when I thought we were committing to each other forever. It was my first real heartbreak. It felt like my heart had been torn out of my chest," she wrote, per page 6. "I sought out comfort in another person, tried to find someone who could make me feel loved and wanted in my loneliest hour. Mark came back into my life 3 days after I should have been at the altar saying I do to another man." She added that their romance may have been her attempt at a quick fix for her heartbreak. "Thinking back, maybe deep down I knew that this was a band-aid on the cut, that my wound hadn't been stitched or healed," she wrote. "But I pushed all that to the back of my mind because life takes unpredictable twists and turns, right? And you've just got to go with what you feel is best in the moment. Ben, meanwhile, went and married someone else, also from a movie he did, this time in Jennifer Garner, who starred alongside him in Daredevil. As you might have guessed, though, despite both sides moving on, it wasn't smooth forever. J.Lo has had multiple partners since leaving Affleck, and Ben divorced Garner in 2018 despite having multiple kids with her. So given all that they had been through the first time, and the fact that they had been with multiple people after the split, you'd think that they would want nothing to do with one another, as that would just rub salt in the wounds, right? Wrong. 2. Reunited and it feels so good. After J.Lo ended her engagement to Alex Rodriguez and Affleck split from Ana de Armas, the two were spotted hanging out again. Page 6 reported on April 30th that the actor was photographed visiting her Los Angeles home multiple times. Security picks him up at a nearby location and drops him off after spending a few hours at her house, said a source, who insisted on the platonic nature of Affleck's visits. They are friends, the insider continued. They've never not been. Is that what they're calling it these days? Later on, Lopez and Affleck departed for a week-long vacation to Montana in May. This is reportedly following their appearances together at Lopez's LA mansion the day of their departure, in addition to Global Citizens' Vax Live benefit concert. They really care for each other and they picked up right where they left off, a source told E! Jennifer spent several days with Ben out of town, another source added. They have a strong connection. It's all been quick and intense, but Jennifer is happy. They've been in touch here and there throughout the years, said an additional insider close to the singer. Ben reached out to her to see how she was doing, and they had dinner together a few times within the last month. It's natural between them, and the chemistry is unreal. They picked up where they last left off and are enjoying each other's company right now. Their relationship as it stands right now isn't without its flaws, as both of them live mainly in separate parts of the country. But they've been trying to keep it going. Ben has been making the effort to make it work with their schedules. He's really making a huge effort, the source also added. J.Lo thinks Ben has really stepped up and loves this version of him. Lopez and Affleck are reportedly in it for the long haul. Per People, Ben and Affleck are slowly starting to talk about the future. This is not a casual relationship, a source said. They are taking it seriously and want it to be long-lasting. 1. A second chance at love? Second chances in relationships aren't uncommon, even in the celeb world, and as things go on, you honestly wonder if the second time around is better because you know the person and you know what failed the first time around. The two have been open and honest about what didn't work the last time. They talked about the past and why things didn't work out, a source said. They are both hopeful about their relationship this time around and putting the effort in. They have both matured and are on the same page, and it has been easy. Easy is a nice thing to hear, but whether it'll truly last remains to be seen. But if they're happy with one another, then that's truly what matters. So, what do you think? What do you think of this look at the relationship that Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez have rekindled? Do you think that this is something that will truly last with this second chance? Do you think they've learned enough to go and truly keep it kindled, or are they destined to repeat their past mistakes? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.